The world is changed. I feel it in the water. I feel it in the earth. I smell it in the air. Much that once was is lost, for none now live who remember it.
No. 95 cents. Ah, well, now we are getting somewhere. Not quite enough, okay, but an intriguing offer nonetheless. Let's call it half the price, shall we? Yes. Half the price is 95 cents. The price you pay in cash. The rest, the other half, is a deed. You understand?
Deed?
A trick. Well, more like a tiny prank. No big deal. And no one's ever going to suspect you. I promise. You're drenched to your soul.
They threw me out.
I'm sorry.
Here, let me help you peel this thing off before you catch your death.
You got a nice jacket in the window.
A classic early 50s beauty. Warm as toast, dry as a bone.
It's just like the one I used to have in high school before I was a bum. When I was a kid.
I bet there are quite a few people in this shit pit of a town who wouldn't believe you ever were a kid, huh?
I know. It's not fair. I try so hard.
Not hard enough. So they crushed you, huh? And they buried that wonderful boy deep inside you.
Which boy?
This one. We'll find him again, you. We'll resurrect him together, huh? Because all of a sudden, it's 1955 all over again.
Rattle my brain, too much love drives a man insane. You broke my will, what a thrill, couldn't it the ridge, whip all the fire. I left in love, I thought it was funny, but you came along.
It was the best hour of the best day of my life. God, I love that jacket.
This jacket, this one, this jacket, you could recover, retrace your steps, take charge of your life again, huh?
God, this is still so beautiful.
Say, Hugh, do you happen to know a nice little Baptist lady called Nettie Corn?
Sure. Crazy old rip, she killed her husband. How much do you want for it?
Mr. Gaunt?
I am he.
Reverend Rose, sir, of the First Baptist Church of Castle Rock. May I take this opportunity to welcome you to Castle Rock on the good Lord's behalf?
Why not?
Excellent, excellent. It's my unusual urgency when I ask, faith, sir, are you?
What, faith?
Religion. You're not Catholic, are you?
You might say that I am, well, non-denominational.
Aha, I knew it. Then you will have little objection to my placing this in your front window.
I couldn't possibly do that. I, like you, am here to serve everyone. However, by way of compensation, perhaps I may offer you something which might interest you. Say, how about an objet d'art? What is your preference, Reverend? Asian, Roman? That is 2nd century, Reverend. Wasn't it St. Augustine who said, "Make me chaste, O Lord, but not yet, not yet."
Father?
Reverend. Paper packages tied up with strings. These are a few of my favorite things.
Yes, I'm so thrilled. Thank you, Mr. Gaunt.
Treasure Island. First edition, actually. Signed by Robert Louis Stevenson himself.
It's magnificent.
Take a gander. If it's too hot in here, Mr. Jewett, just say the word. I'm afraid I have a tendency to turn up the heat.
When the opportunity is presented to you, when you're told that your dreams can be achieved faster than you think,
Broke is only a mindset.
that wealth is not as far off as you think it is, that financial freedom is yours for the taking, when these things are dangled in front of you like a carrot on a stick, when it sounds too good to be true, but believing otherwise means losing hope, why would you refuse?
This little black box that says unique across it changed my life. And I would love to kind of share this business opportunity.
And I'm here to share with you the Nu Skin business opportunity.
Over the next few minutes, I'm going to share
a way for you to make money from home.
To a passionate, purpose-filled
set your family free financially.
I would pay hundreds of dollars to join a business like this. We have $1 million opportunity.
And the wildest dreams you've ever thought of can come true in urban.
It's one of the biggest big lies ever propagated. It's so pervasive, so woven into the fabric of everyday life that it can be almost impossible to detect. It's a con game of unimaginable scale, so sweeping that even when one facet is exposed, the razzle-dazzle of its other sides quickly obscure the meaning of what you've seen. It has managed to create that most elite of positions for a societal threat, a problem that is endemic, but has rendered itself culturally invisible and almost taboo to discuss. Seeing through that invisibility and understanding it from the outside for what it really is may be one of the biggest intellectual leaps you ever make.
What concerns me?
It is intrusive.
Celebrity magazines.
It is manipulative.
Television with 500 channels.
It restricts our choices and lives.
Some guy's name on my underwear.
It affects our worldviews and characters.
I say stop being perfect. I say let's evolve. Let the chips fall where they may.
Our history will be what we make of it. We are currently wealthy, fat, comfortable, and complacent. We have a built-in allergy to unpleasant or disturbing information, evidence of decadence, escapism, and insulation from the realities of the world in which we live. But unless we get up off our fat surpluses and recognize that television in the main is being used to distract, delude, amuse, and insulate us, then television and those who finance it, those who look at it, and those who work at it, they see a totally different picture.
Your generation is facing new questions which have never arisen. Basically, the question, will the human experiment persist in any recognizable form? And you're the first generation to face the question. You're the last generation to face it. They're saying when we get out of this one, there are others coming, very likely to be worse. They can come and say, I'm your savior, trust me, follow me. Meanwhile, stabbing you in the back.
"1984 is, I believe, a quite terrifying masterpiece. So terrifying, in fact, I don't think I should like to read another like it.
I am not absolutely dissatisfied with it. I think it is a good idea, but the execution would have been better if I had not been under the influence of TB when I wrote it.
You once claimed that you have an ability to face unpleasant facts. Is that what you've demonstrated in 1984 by drawing an accurate portrait of the future?
I think that allowing for the book being, after all, a parody, something like 1984 could actually happen. This is the direction the world is going in at the present time. In our world, there will be no emotions except fear, rage, triumph and self-abasement. There will be no loyalty except loyalty to the party. But always there will be the intoxication of power. Always, at every moment, there will be the thrill of victory, the sensation of trampling on an enemy who is helpless. If you want a picture of the future, imagine a boot stamping on a human face forever. The moral to be drawn from this dangerous nightmare situation is a simple one. Don't let it happen. It depends on you.
This is the construct. It's our loading program. We can load anything from clothing to equipment, weapons, training simulations, anything we need.
Right now, we're inside a computer program?
Is it really so hard to believe? Your clothes are different, the plugs in your arms and head are gone. Your hair has changed. Your appearance now is what we call residual self-image. It is the mental projection of your digital self.
This isn't real.
What is real? How do you define real? If you're talking about what you can feel, what you can smell, what you can taste and see, then real is simply electrical signals interpreted by your brain. This is the world that you know. The world as it was at the end of the 20th century. It exists now only as part of a neural interactive simulation that we call the Matrix. You've been living in a dream world, Neo. This is the world as it exists today.
Welcome to the desert of the real.
We have only bits and pieces of information, but what we know for certain is that at some point in the early 21st century, all of mankind was united in celebration. We marveled at our own magnificence as we gave birth to AI.
AI?
mean artificial intelligence?
A singular consciousness that spawned an entire race of machines. We don't know who struck first, us or them, but we know that it was us that scorched the sky. At the time, they were dependent on solar power, and it was believed that they would be unable to survive without an energy source as abundant as the sun. Throughout human history, we have been dependent on machines to survive. Fate, it seems, is not without a sense of irony. The human body generates more bioelectricity than a 120-volt battery and over 25,000 BTUs of body heat. Combined with a form of fusion, the machines had found all the energy they would ever need. There are fields here, endless fields, where human beings are no longer born. We are grown. For the longest time, I wouldn't believe it. And then I saw the fields with my own eyes. Watched them liquefy the dead so they could be fed intravenously to the living. And standing there, facing the pure, horrifying precision, I came to realize the obviousness of the truth. What is the Matrix? Control. The Matrix is a computer-generated dream world, built to keep us under control in order to change a human being into this.
No. I don't believe it. It's not possible.
I didn't say it would be easy, Neo. I just said it would be the truth.